Hey coin lovers! Welcome to the Worth Old Coins channel, your place to discover the hidden value and rare facts about old coins. In today's video we're revealing the top 5 valuable coins, and one of them might just be in your collection, so don't skip this video. Let's find out their real worth. Top 1. The USA 1 cent 1946 coin, famously known as the Lincoln Wheat penny, holds an important place in American numismatic history as it symbolizes the post-World War II recovery era of the United States. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin continued the long-running wheat reverse design first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse, front, of the 1946 penny displays a right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln surrounded by the inscriptions "In God We Trust" at the top, "Liberty" to the left, and the year 1946 on the right. The reverse, back, features two gracefully curved wheat stalks encircling the denomination 1 cent and the phrase "United States of America" with the motto "E pluribus unum" at the top. The design reflects America's strength, unity, and agricultural heritage during a period of national reconstruction and optimism following the end of the Second World War. The 1946 Lincoln cent was minted in 3 U.S. mint facilities: Philadelphia, No Mint Mark; Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. It marked the first full year of normal copper cent production after the wartime steel cents of 1943 and the partially recycled shell casing planchets of 1944 and 1945. The composition returned to the traditional 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc alloy, giving the coin its distinctive reddish-brown color. The combined mintage was remarkably high, over 1.5 billion coins, reflecting America's booming post-war economy and the increasing circulation demands as soldiers returned home and industries expanded. Philadelphia produced the most, over 991 million, followed by Denver and San Francisco. Minting technology in 1946 had improved, ensuring sharper strikes and better detail on Lincoln's portrait and the wheat ears. However, due to the large production volumes, many coins suffered from minor die wear or strike weakness. Well-preserved examples, especially those with full red copper luster, are highly sought after by collectors. The 1946 D and 1946 S varieties are also popular among enthusiasts who appreciate subtle differences in mint mark shapes and die variations. Although the coin's face value remained just 1 cent, pristine uncirculated specimens and those with minting errors such as double dies, repunched mint marks, or off-center strikes can hold much higher numismatic value today. Historically, the 1946 wheat penny represents America's rebirth from the hardships of war. The copper used in these coins often came from recycled wartime materials, symbolizing renewal and peace. Citizens at that time viewed the Lincoln cent as a familiar reminder of national unity and leadership, with Lincoln's portrait embodying the enduring spirit of democracy and freedom. This coin circulated widely across post-war America, used in grocery stores, bus fares, and daily trade, becoming a small but powerful link to the country's economic revival. The 1946 Lincoln Wheat penny remained part of the beloved wheat ear design series until 1958. When it was replaced in 1959 by the Lincoln Memorial Reverse, marking the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Today, the 1946 cent is cherished by collectors and historians as more than just a copper coin. It is a tangible symbol of American strength, recovery, and continuity. Whether bright and uncirculated or worn smooth from years of service, each 1946 penny carries the story of a nation moving from war to peace and from hardship to prosperity, making it a timeless artifact in the great history of U.S. coinage. Top 2. The United States of America 5 cent 1983 p coin, widely known as the 1983 Jefferson nickel, stands as an enduring piece of American numismatic and historical heritage, embodying both the artistic and economic spirit of its time. This coin belongs to the Jefferson nickel series, first introduced in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel, and designed by Felix Schlag, whose vision captured both the dignity of Thomas Jefferson, the nation's third president and author of the Declaration of Independence, and the architectural grandeur of his Virginia home, Monticello. The obverse, front, of the 1983 p nickel features a left-facing portrait of Jefferson, inscribed with the national motto "In God We Trust" along the left rim, the word "Liberty" and the date 1983 on the right, separated by a star. The letter P underlines its origin at the Philadelphia Mint, which produced an estimated 561,616,000 pieces that year. On a reverse, back, side is Monticello, Jefferson's stately neoclassical mansion, rendered with elegant simplicity and surrounded by the inscriptions "E pluribus unum," Latin for "out of many," 1 at the top, and Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America at the bottom, a design that reflects Jefferson's architectural taste and America's commitment to unity and democracy. composed of a durable 75% copper and 25% nickel alloy. The 1983 P. Jefferson nickel exhibits the typical silvery gray luster of cupronickel coins engineered for both longevity and corrosion resistance. Its production came at a time when the U.S. economy was recovering from the early 1980s recession, and millions of these coins entered circulation as part of everyday trade, vending machine transactions and savings jars across the nation. While lacking the precious metal composition of older U.S. coins, the nickel remained a cornerstone of American commerce, reflecting consistency and practicality in design. Each coin measured 21.2 millimeters in diameter and weighed 5 grams, maintaining the standard specifications used since the first Jefferson nickels were struck. From a collector's standpoint, the 1983 P nickel is common in circulated grades but becomes significantly more valuable when found in pristine condition with full steps, FS, a grading term referring to the clarity of the steps on the Monticello design. These well-struck examples, especially in mint state grades, MS 66 or higher, can fetch prices ranging from $75 to over $150, depending on strike sharpness, luster, and preservation. Some rare error varieties, including die cracks or off-center strikes, add additional intrigue and collectible value. Beyond monetary worth, the 1983 P nickel embodies over 4 decades of uninterrupted design continuity, representing the endurance of Jefferson's ideals of liberty, reason, and progress. Even today, it continues to circulate, bridging generations and symbolizing the lasting strength of the American Republic. This modest 5-cent piece, simple in appearance yet rich in meaning, remains a silent witness to the daily lives, transactions, and aspirations of millions of Americans throughout the 20th century. Top 3. The United States of America $quarter 1968 D coin is a historically significant piece from the Washington Quarter series, representing an era of major transformation in U.S. coinage and economy. This coin was struck at the Denver Mint, indicated by the D mint mark on the obverse front of the coin just to the right of Washington's ponytail. The design itself dates back to 1932, when the U.S. Mint first introduced the Washington Quarter to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, replacing the earlier standing Liberty Quarter created by sculptor John Flanagan. The obverse features a bold left-facing bust of President George Washington, symbolizing leadership, integrity, and the spirit of the American Revolution. Around the portrait are the inscriptions "Liberty" at the top, "In God We Trust" to the left, and the date 1968 at the bottom. The reverse, back, displays the majestic American bald eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows in its talons to represent strength and readiness for defense, while an olive branch below symbolizes peace. The inscriptions "United States of America," "E Pluribus Unum," and "Quarter Dollar" complete the patriotic design. The 1968 D Washington Quarter holds a unique place in numismatic history, as it was among the early issues following the U.S. Mint's dramatic shift from silver to clad coinage. Prior to 1965, quarters were struck from 90% silver and 10% copper, but due to rising silver prices and coin shortages, Congress passed the Coinage Act of 1965, authorizing a new composition of copper-nickel clad over a pure copper core. Thus, the 1968 D quarter was made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, producing a silvery sheen while eliminating precious metal content. This transition marked the modernization of U.S. currency for mass production and daily use. The Denver Mint produced approximately 101,534,000 coins in 1968, ensuring widespread circulation across the nation. Each coin measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter, weighs 5.67 grams, and features a reeded edge, a holdover from earlier silver coinage meant to deter shaving or clipping of metal. And historical context, 1968 was a turbulent yet defining year in American history, a time of social change, civil rights movements, and political shifts. The Washington Quarter served as a silent witness to those transformations, circulating in millions of Americans' pockets as a symbol of stability and trust in the nation's monetary system. From a collector's perspective, the 1968 D quarter is common in circulated condition, often valued at face value, but high-grade mint state, MS 65 or above. Specimens with sharp detail and full mint luster can fetch between $25 and $125, especially those with exceptional strikes or minimal contact marks. Proof-like versions are also sought after by enthusiasts for their mirror-like finish. Over the decades, the 1968 D quarter has retained its reputation as a durable, reliable coin, a bridge between America's silver past and its modern era of coinage. Today, it continues to hold nostalgic and historical importance, symbolizing both the endurance of the Washington legacy and the evolution of U.S. minting technology during one of the most dynamic periods in American history. Top 4, United States of America $1/2 1776, 1976, D coin, widely known as the bicentennial Kennedy $1/2, is one of the most historically significant and iconic commemorative coins ever produced by the U.S. Mint. It was struck to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence and the founding of the United States of America. The D mint mark indicates that the coin was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the primary branches of the U.S. Mint. This special coin was issued in 1975 and 1976, but all pieces bear the dual date 1776, 1976, symbolizing 2 centuries of American independence and unity. Its release came at a time when the nation was reflecting on its founding ideals and celebrating 200 years of liberty, democracy, and national progress, making the bicentennial coinage a historic milestone in U.S. numismatics. The design of the bicentennial $1/2 was chosen through a national competition organized by the U.S. Mint in 1973. The obverse, front, of the coin retains the familiar portrait of President John F. Kennedy, designed by Gilroy Roberts, which first appeared on the $1/2 in 1964 following Kennedy's assassination in 1963. This portrait became one of the most beloved in American coinage, representing ideals of courage, leadership, and hope. Around the portrait are the inscriptions Liberty at the top, In God We Trust to the left, and the dual date 1776 to 1976 below Kennedy's bust, replacing the usual single year date to signify the nation's 200-year history. The obverse thus connects modern America with its revolutionary origins through Kennedy's enduring image, a modern statesman embodying the spirit of freedom and renewal. The reverse, back, of the coin features a unique and striking design by Seth G. Huntington, a Minnesota artist whose concept was selected as part of the national competition. The reverse depicts Independence Hall in Philadelphia, the site where both the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution were debated and signed. This image pays tribute to one of the most sacred landmarks in American history. Above the building is the inscription, United States of America, and below it the denomination. $1/2. The left of Independence Hall appears the motto, 200 Years of Freedom, and to the right, E Pluribus Unum, which means out of many one. These inscriptions collectively celebrate the unity and endurance of the United States through 2 centuries of growth and struggle. The fine architectural details of Independence Hall, including its tall clock tower and central doorway, give the design a classical and timeless feel, symbolizing the enduring strength of American democracy. The 1776, 1976, D. Kennedy $1/2 was struck in 2 main metal compositions, the regular copper-nickel-clad version for general circulation and the 40% silver-clad version for collectors. The circulating coins were composed of an inner core of pure copper bonded to outer layers of a copper-nickel alloy, 75% copper, 25% nickel, weighing 11.34 grams and measuring 30.6 millimeters in diameter. The silver-clad versions, sold in special collector sets, contained 40% silver with a total silver weight of approximately 0.1479 troy ounces. Both versions were struck to very high quality standards, and the Denver Mint produced tens of millions of these coins to ensure broad availability. The mintage figures for the 1776, 1976 D $1/2 were enormous, approximately 287 million coins, making it one of the most widely distributed commemorative coins in U.S. history. Because of this high mintage, the coin is common in circulation and typically worth face value unless it is in uncirculated or proof condition. However, uncirculated, BU, and proof silver-clad versions are highly prized by collectors for their beauty and historical significance. Coins from the Denver Mint are recognizable by the small D mint mark located just below Kennedy's neck on the obverse side. The bicentennial coinage program, which also included special designs for the quarter and dollar denominations, was an unprecedented national project authorized by Congress under the Coinage Act of 1973. It was the first time in U.S. history that circulating coins carried dual dates and special commemorative designs. The U.S. Mint worked closely with artists, historians, and Congress to ensure that the coins represented the patriotic spirit of the bicentennial era. When released in 1975, 1976, the bicentennial coins were eagerly collected by the public, saved as keepsakes, and distributed in millions of mint and proof sets. The excitement surrounding these coins helped renew interest in numismatics across the country, bringing a new generation of collectors into the hobby. Beyond its role as currency, the 1776, 1976 D $1/2 carries deep symbolic meaning. T represents 2 centuries of American endurance through war, expansion, innovation, and social change. The image of Independence Hall evokes the ideals of liberty and self-government born in 1776, while the portrait of John F. Kennedy reminds Americans of the modern struggles for justice, civil rights, and unity. Together, these designs connect past and present, merging the founding generation's revolutionary vision with the 20th century's pursuit of progress and equality. In terms of collectability, most circulated 1776, 1976, D. Kennedy half-dollars are worth 50 cents, but uncirculated coins in pristine mint state, MS 65 or higher, can be valued at a few dollars. The 40% silver versions from collector sets are more valuable, depending on silver content and condition, typically worth $7, 15 USD or more depending on the silver market. Proof and special edition coins, particularly those graded by professional services, can reach higher prices. Top 5, the United States of America $1 1972, D coin, commonly known as the Eisenhower dollar, holds a significant place in American numismatic history as part of the first series of large-sized dollar coins struck by the U.S. Mint since the peace dollar ended in 1935. The D mint mark indicates that the coin was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the main facilities of the U.S. Mint. This coin was issued to honor Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th President of the United States and Supreme Allied Commander during World War II, as well as to commemorate the Apollo 11 moon landing of 1969, one of humanity's greatest achievements. The Eisenhower dollar, or Ike dollar as it is affectionately called by collectors, represents a unique blend of American history, patriotism, and technological triumph. T symbolizes the country's progress from the battlefields of the 1940s to the space frontier of the 1960s. The 1972 D Eisenhower dollar was part of the regular circulation series issued between 1971 and 1978. The obverse, front, of the coin features a detailed portrait of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, designed by Frank Gasparo, the chief engraver of the United States Mint. Gasparo was chosen to create a dignified and realistic representation of Eisenhower, who had passed away in 1969. The obverse design displays Eisenhower's bust facing left, capturing his calm and authoritative demeanor. The inscriptions include Liberty around the top edge, the national motto In God We Trust to the left of the portrait, and the date 1972 below his neck. The D mint mark is located just above the date, signifying production at the Denver Mint. This obverse design conveys respect for Eisenhower's dual legacy as both a wartime leader and a peacetime president who guided America through the early years of the Cold War. The reverse, back, of the coin carries one of the most symbolic and inspiring designs in modern U.S. Coinage.It depicts an American bald eagle landing on the surface of the moon, clutching an olive branch of peace in its talons, with the Earth visible in the background above the lunar horizon. This image was adapted from the official Apollo 11 mission insignia, chosen to commemorate the first successful manned moon landing in July 1969 under NASA's Apollo program. The design symbolizes America's peaceful exploration of space and its leadership in scientific discovery. Surrounding the central image are the inscriptions United States of America and E pluribus unum, out of many, one, while $1 appears at the bottom. This powerful combination of elements connects the memory of President Eisenhower, who founded NASA in 1958, to the nation's proudest technological achievement, creating a coin that bridges the spirit of leadership and exploration. The 1972 D. Eisenhower dollar was struck in copper-nickel-clad composition, consisting of an inner core of pure copper and outer layers of a copper-nickel alloy 75% copper, 25% nickel. The coin weighs 22.68 grams, measures 38.1 millimeters, 1.5 inches, in diameter, and features a reeded edge. Although the U.S. Mint also produced limited 40% silver-clad versions for collectors, these were struck only at the San Francisco Mint and bear the S mint mark. The Denver Mint produced regular circulation strikes only in copper-nickel-clad metal. The total mintage for the 1972 D Eisenhower dollar was approximately 92,548,511 coins, making it one of the higher mintage issues in the series. Because of its large size and weight, the Eisenhower dollar saw limited use in everyday commerce, as it was inconvenient for pocket change, but it became popular among collectors and as a novelty item. One interesting fact about the Eisenhower dollar series is that the 1972 issues from the Philadelphia Mint had three distinct reverse types, differing slightly in the depiction of the Earth and its islands. However, the Denver Mint D coins were consistent and did not share this variation, making them easier to identify. The Denver coins are known for their strong strikes and clearer details compared to their Philadelphia counterparts. The quality of the strike often depends on how well the dies were prepared and maintained, but most 1972 D coins display good clarity in both Eisenhower's portrait and the lunar eagle design. From a historical perspective, the Eisenhower dollar was authorized by the Coinage Act of 1969, following public demand for a coin that would both honor the late President Eisenhower and celebrate the Apollo 11 moon landing. Congress approved the design in 1970, and production began in 1971. The coin served as the nation's standard dollar until 1978, after which it was replaced by the smaller Susan B. Anthony dollar in 1979. Though it circulated poorly due to its size and weight, the Eisenhower dollar remains one of the most admired U.S. coins for its historical meaning and patriotic design. The Eisenhower dollar series marked an important transition for the U.S. Mint, bridging the era of large silver dollars like the Morgan and Peace series to the modern era of smaller, base metal dollars. It was also the last large-size dollar intended for general circulation. Collectors today appreciate the 1972 D. Eisenhower dollar for its strong strike, smooth luster, and connection to both military history and space exploration. In circulated condition, it typically retains its face value of $1, but in uncirculated mint state grades, its value can range from $15 to $35 USD, depending on luster and preservation. High-grade certified examples, MS 65 or better, can be worth significantly more, while proof-like versions are prized by advanced collectors. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe my channel for more videos.